What do you do when working 21 hours a day still isn't enough? Tanya Williams was about to find out. The single mother from Detroit working 3 jobs thought she had hit rock bottom until that life-changing letter arrived unexpectedly. Sometimes life proves that miracles still happen to those who never stop fighting. Welcome to Stories of Black Lives. Before we dive into these powerful stories of respect, justice, and hope, please let us know in the comments which country you're watching from today. If you want to see more stories like this, hit that subscribe button. And please don't forget to like our video. The alarm went off at 4:30 a.m. in the 2-bedroom apartment on Gresham Avenue on Detroit's east side. The sharp ring of the old analog clock jolted Tanya Williams from deep sleep. The moment she opened her eyes, she jumped to her feet. She looked at the navy blue cleaning uniform folded neatly on the edge of her bed. This uniform had been part of her life for 18 months now. She quickly removed her old pajamas and got dressed. Navy blue cleaning jumpsuit, white sneakers. There were small holes in the soles, but she couldn't afford a new pair every month. And a black bandana that pulled her hair back tightly. She went to the bathroom and washed her face, looking in the mirror. She was 29 years old, but the dark circles under her eyes and lines of exhaustion made her look older. "Hold on, Tanya," she said to herself. "You're doing this for Marcus." She quietly cracked open the door to her son Marcus's room. The 8-year-old was still fast asleep, curled up next to his stuffed bear tiger, which his mother had sewn from old fabric scraps. The walls of the room were decorated with pictures Marcus had drawn at school. One of them said, "Mom, I love you." Every time Tanya saw this picture, her heart ached. She kissed the child's forehead and whispered, "Good morning, sweetheart. Eat your breakfast before school. There's milk in the refrigerator. Miss Jenkins will be there for you too." Marcus mumbled without opening his eyes. "Mom, when are you coming home? I didn't hear you coming last night." "I'll pick you up from school tonight, baby. But I might be a little late." "Okay." The child nodded and fell back asleep. Tanya quietly closed the door and went to the kitchen. Here she was greeted by the same scene every morning. Bills piling up on the counter. Electric company, water bill, credit card payments, and on top, a rental notice written in red letters. Final payment date, March 15th. Eviction proceedings will begin in case of delay. Today was March 12th. She only had 3 days left. She checked her bag. She only had $23 in her pocket. With this money, she would buy Marcus lunch for school. School lunch cost $4.50, buy bus tickets, round trip $3, and maybe buy some bread and milk for dinner. She had no idea where she would find the $500 needed for rent. She always thought 1,000 miracles happen in one day, but the miracles still hadn't come. As she went outside, her neighbor Miss Jenkins cracked open her door. The 65-year-old retired teacher heard how early Tanya got up every morning. At 4:45 a.m., footsteps, door creaking, stair groaning. "Tanya, honey, you're going to get sick at this pace. You look pale." "I'm fine, Miss Jenkins. Just a little tired. This can't go on like this. You should spend more time with that beautiful child." "I know, but there's no other way right now. I'm doing it for Marcus. If you need me to look after Marcus, just say so. That child is like an angel. I helped him with his homework last night." "Thank you so much, Miss Jenkins. I don't know what I would do without your help." Tanya ran to the bus stop. In Detroit's cold March morning, her breath was steaming. She rubbed her hands together to warm them. She had lost her gloves last week and couldn't afford to buy a new pair. She wasn't alone on the bus. There were a few other workers. Factory worker Jose, hospital janitor Maria, security guard Deshawn. They were all people like her who went to work before dawn, fighting for survival. None of them were talking. Everyone was lost in their own thoughts, pursuing their own troubles. When she arrived at the 12-story office building on Jefferson Avenue, security guard Tony recognized her. The old man saw Tanya coming at 5:15 every morning. "Good morning, Tanya." "Early as always. It was very cold tonight." "Morning, Tony. I'm going to try to finish the upper floors today." "No need to rush, girl. These buildings aren't going anywhere. You take care of yourself." "Thanks, Tony. You take care of yourself too." But Tanya was in a hurry, because she had to get to her second job at Rosie's Diner in Corktown at 9 o'clock. The second job started at 9:30, but Tanya always went early to prepare. She pulled the cleaning cart and started from the 7th floor. She meticulously cleaned every office, every bathroom, every meeting room. Tables, chairs, windows, floors. She checked everywhere twice because she couldn't risk losing her job. While working on the 8th floor, her phone rang. Riverside Elementary School was written on the screen. They were calling from Marcus's school. Her heart raced. Had something happened to Marcus? Mrs. Williams? This is Marcus's teacher, Mrs. Peterson. First of all, there's nothing to worry about regarding Marcus. Oh, thank God. What happened then? Marcus seems a bit sad today. He was very quiet in class. He's usually a very active child, but today was different. Maybe there's a problem at home. Tanya squeezed the cloth in her hand. We have a small problem at home, but we'll handle it. Is Marcus okay now? Yes, but maybe it would be good for you to talk to him. Children can sometimes perceive events differently. Also, there's a bit of delay in the school lunch account. 6 days' worth of debt has accumulated. Tanya's face flushed. I'll pay by the weekend. No rush, Mrs. Williams. I just wanted to let you know. Marcus is a very good child. When she hung up the phone, Tanya's eyes filled with tears, but she pulled herself together. She didn't have time to cry. Crying wouldn't solve any problems. She left the building at 8:45 and ran to Rosie's Diner. Rosie's Diner was a nostalgic restaurant in one of Detroit's old neighborhoods. Red plastic seats, checkered tablecloths, old Detroit photos on the walls. The restaurant owner, Rosie Martinez, 56 years old, heart-patient but very kind-hearted, greeted Tanya at the door. How are you, sweetheart? You came running again. You're out of breath. I'm fine, Rosie. I just had little time. Which tables are mine today? All of them today, unfortunately. Charlie got sick. He's at home in bed. Sandra also has her daughter's doctor's appointment. We'll be alone. This meant more tips for Tanya, but also much more exhaustion. The lunch shift was 5 hours, but she would handle the entire restaurant by herself. She stood constantly, took orders, served food, collected money at the register, washed dishes, and cleaned tables. At 11 o'clock, customers came for morning coffee. Retired police officer Jake would come at the same time every day, drink his coffee, and read the newspaper. Tanya had memorized how he drank his coffee. 2 sugars, a little milk. Good morning, Jake. The usual. I'm fine, thanks. If you work at this pace, you'll wear yourself out. You're still young, but take care of your health. During lunch hours, family customers started coming. One family particularly caught her attention. Father, mother, and 2 small children. The children were Marcus's age. The older son asked his father, Dad, can we go to the movies tonight? I want to watch the new Spider-Man movie. Of course, son. You can choose any movie you want. We'll even get popcorn. Yay. What about you, Emma? Which movie do you want to see? The little sister smiled. I want Spider-Man too. The mother laughed and added, Then we'll all go together. It'll be a nice family evening. When Tanya heard this conversation, her heart ached. When was the last time Marcus went to the movies? Or when did they last do something as a family? Marcus had asked her last month. Mom, why don't we ever go to the movies? Tanya had said, We'll go soon, sweetheart. But when was soon? Marcus was waiting patiently, but Tanya kept postponing because she didn't have money. In the afternoon hours, the number of customers decreased. Tanya took this opportunity to rest a bit in the back. Her feet hurt. Her back was stiff. Rosie came over to her. Tanya, honey, sit for a while. Make yourself something to eat. Thanks, Rosie, but I don't have time. I have to leave soon. Where are you rushing off to all the time? To my 3rd job. Night shift at the supermarket. Rosie shook her head. No, girl, this won't work. You're killing yourself. I have no other choice. I'm doing it for Marcus. Marcus wouldn't want his mother to wear herself out. Do you know he needs you? At 2 o'clock, the shift change happened. Tanya counted her tips. $42. It was a good day, but it was still very far from the rent money. At least she could pay Marcus's school lunch debt. When she got home, she picked up Marcus from school. The child was very quiet. As they sat side by side on the bus, Tanya looked at him. The child's face was down. How was school, sweetheart? Good. Your teacher called. She said you were sad. Is something bothering you? Marcus shrugged. I'm just tired. I know, baby. I'm very tired too. But everything will get better. When? She couldn't answer this question, because she really didn't know. When would it get better? How would it get better? Soon, sweetheart. Soon everything will be better. You said that last week too, Mom. These words pierced Tanya's heart. The child was right. She kept saying soon, but nothing was changing. At home, while Marcus did his homework, Tanya prepared for the evening shift. Her third job was at Meijer Supermarket. Night shift from 6 p.m. to midnight, stocking shelves. It was the most tiring job because she had to carry heavy boxes. Detergent boxes, food cans, large water bottles. Everything was very heavy, and she had to stand and lift for 6 hours straight. "Mom, can you stay home tonight? Miss Jenkins is watching a movie on TV. We could watch it together." "I'm sorry, sweetheart. I have to work. But Miss Jenkins will be with you. You need to sleep at 9 o'clock. "Okay, Mom. But don't get too tired." "Okay, baby. I love you so much." She heard the disappointment in Marcus's voice. The child had never known his father. Tanya had gotten pregnant at 16, and the child's father, Deshaun Jones, had disappeared. "I can't handle this responsibility," he had said. Since that day, Tanya and Marcus had been alone. While working at the supermarket, various thoughts passed through her mind. What kind of life was this? She worked so much to raise her child, but could never see him. Marcus was growing up as if without a mother. They only saw each other for a few hours each day, and Tanya was exhausted during those hours. Her shift colleague Jerome came over to her. 35 years old, father of 2 children, Jerome had been working at this supermarket for 10 years. "Tanya, you don't look good, girl. Your face has turned pale." "I'm just tired, Jerome. I've been very busy lately. I've been working at this job for 10 years. I've never seen anyone as hardworking as you. But you're killing yourself. Working 3 jobs is superhuman." "I have no other choice, Jerome. I'm doing it for Marcus. He has needs. Does that child know his mother needs him? Money is important, but you're more important." These words stuck with Tanya. Was Jerome right? Would Marcus really prefer money or having her there as a mother? When she got home at midnight, Marcus was asleep. Tanya quietly entered his room and watched the child. Marcus stirred in his sleep and mumbled, "Mom." Tanya's eyes filled with tears. Even in his sleep, the child was looking for his mother. She went to the kitchen and looked at the pile of bills. She took the calculator on the table and added them up. This month, she owed $1,200. The money she earned from 3 jobs was $1,400. Only $200 remained, but food, gas, school expenses, medicine expenses came out of this too. In the end, no money was left. Marcus had gotten sick last month. She had to take him to the doctor. They bought medicine. $75 had gone. The school also wanted a field trip fee, $30. Marcus wanted it very much, but Tanya couldn't find the money and couldn't send the child on the trip. Marcus never complained, but Tanya saw how sad he was. She sat at the table and buried her head in her hands. She cried for the first time. The tears she had been holding back for a long time flowed like a flood. She was angry with herself. Why was she still in a difficult situation despite working so much? Whatever she did wasn't enough. It was as if she was in a vicious circle. Work, get tired, spend the money, work again. "God," she whispered, "help me. I can't take it anymore. I want to be a better mother to Marcus." But how? While crying, she remembered that she forgot to check the mailbox. She checked it every day because she was afraid bills would come. She went outside and opened the box. Inside were a few advertising brochures, an electricity bill, and a thick white envelope. Tanya Williams was written on the envelope, and the sender's address was Michigan State University. It looked like an official envelope. What could they want, she thought. Maybe it was an advertising mail, or it had come to her by mistake. She brought the envelope inside and opened it under the kitchen lamp. An official letter came out. Under the Michigan State University logo, it said, "Dear Tanya Williams, we are pleased to share wonderful news with you. The final evaluation of the scholarship program for working mothers you applied for in 2019 has been completed. Our committee has unanimously decided that you deserve to receive this scholarship. This scholarship includes 4-year full tuition worth $28,000 annually, monthly $1,500 living support, monthly $600 child care assistance, annual $1,000 book and material support, campus family housing rights, monthly rent only $200, health insurance support. The story you wrote in your application deeply affected our committee. Your determination and success despite difficult living conditions is admirable. Your determination to continue education after high school graduation despite the difficulties you experienced and your devotion to your son are exemplary. This scholarship will offer a better future not only to you, but also to your son Marcus. During your university education, you will be able to spend more time with him, both get an education and spend quality time. The program will begin in September. Please contact us as soon as possible to discuss the details. Congratulations, Tanya. It's time for your dreams to come true. Sincerely, Dr. Patricia Hammond, Scholarship Coordinator, Michigan State University. Tanya read the letter once more. Then once more. Were the words real? $1,500 monthly support. Full education support. Childcare assistance. Campus housing. In a sudden panic, she tried to remember 2019. At that time, Marcus was 6 years old, and they were going through a very difficult period. Tanya was unemployed and receiving social assistance. One day, while using the internet at the library, she was randomly looking at university websites. She had noticed Michigan State University's scholarship page and noticed the scholarship program for working mothers. Filling out the application form had taken hours. She had to tell her life story, write her future plans, explain why she wanted to get an education. She had applied for so many scholarships that she forgot what she wrote to which one. And when no response came from any of them, she had lost hope. But now, just when she had given up, just when she had no strength left to endure, the answer had come. She started walking around the kitchen with the letter in her hands. This couldn't be real. These kinds of things only happened in movies. But the letter was real, the logo was real, the signature was real, the phone number was real. She immediately took out her phone and called the number in the letter. Even though it was midnight, there was a voicemail system. She left a message with a trembling voice. Hello, this is Tanya Williams. I just received your scholarship letter. I want to make sure it's real. This is incredible. Please call me. Thank you. After hanging up, she started pacing around the kitchen. All kinds of things came to her mind. What if this was a joke? What if it had come to her by mistake? What if it wasn't real? Then she went to Marcus's room. The child was still asleep. Tanya sat next to him and stroked his hair. Marcus, my dear, are you awake? The child slowly opened his eyes. Mom, what time is it? Is everything okay? Marcus, I'm going to tell you something very important. But first know that I love you very much and I got confused about what to do for you. What happened, Mom? Is it something bad? No, baby. Something very beautiful. I can go to university, and you can come with me. We'll live on campus. While I take classes, you'll go to school. And most importantly, I won't have to work so much anymore. I'll be able to spend much more time with you. Marcus sat up and his eyes opened. Really, Mom? Really, baby? The letter came. I want a scholarship. Marcus hugged his mother's neck. Mom, this is great. Won't you be sad anymore? This question broke Tanya's heart. The child had noticed how unhappy his mother was. No, sweetheart. I won't be sad anymore. Because you'll be with me, and I'll get an education. Maybe I'll become a teacher. You know, I always wanted to be a teacher. I want to be a police officer too. To catch bad people. You will be, baby. Everything you want will happen. Now I'll be able to spend more time with you. We'll do homework together, go to movies, go on picnics. Really, Mom? Will we go to movies? Of course, sweetheart. Every weekend. The next morning, Tanya's phone rang early. Dr. Patricia Hammond was calling. Mrs. Williams? This is Dr. Hammond. I got your message last night. Doctor, is this real? I mean, did I really win the scholarship? Of course it's real, Tanya. Congratulations. Your application impressed our committee very much. Especially your determination to continue education and your devotion to your son. I don't know what to say. This is like a miracle. It's not a miracle, Tanya. This is an opportunity you deserve. You worked hard and never gave up. These qualities were highly valued by the scholarship committee. When can I start? You can move to campus in August. We'll prepare all the paperwork by then. We also reserved a place for Marcus at the campus school. It's a very good school, small classes, and special attention. When she hung up, Tanya started crying. But this time they were tears of joy. Marcus had woken up and was watching her. Mom, why are you crying? From happiness, sweetheart. Very, very much from happiness. That day she went to all 3 of her jobs, but worked with different energy. She told her managers that she needed to resign. They were all surprised, but when Tanya explained the situation, they all showed joy. When she explained the situation to Tony at the office building on Jefferson Avenue, the old man wiped his eyes. Tanya, honey, you deserve this. You were the best, most honest person working in this building. I wish you continued success. Marcus is a lucky child to have such a mother. At Rosie's diner, Rosie hugged her. Tanya, honey, I knew you would see this day. You were the hardest working, most patient person. Now go, make your dreams come true. But don't forget us either. Jerome at the supermarket told her. Tanya, a determined woman like you can achieve everything. This scholarship is no coincidence. You deserve this. Marcus is truly a lucky child. In the following days, Tanya's life completely changed. In her interviews with the scholarship committee, she learned that the story she wrote in her application was truly impressive. Committee members especially liked the sentence, "I fight every day for my son. I want to offer him a better future." Dr. Hammond had told her on the phone, Tanya, among thousands of applications, yours stood out because you showed that you were fighting not just for yourself, but also for your child. This kind of determination is very valuable. When Marcus told his school friends that his mother was going to university, they were all surprised. His teacher, Mrs. Peterson, called and congratulated Tanya. Mrs. Williams, Marcus is very proud. He constantly says, "My mom is going to university." Such success at such a young age is truly admirable. For 3 months, Tanya prepared. She packed her belongings to move to campus, handled school registrations, had meetings for Marcus's adaptation process to his new school. Miss Jenkins cried during their goodbyes. Tanya, honey, I'll miss you so much. But I'm very happy for you. Go, become a doctor, become a teacher, become whatever you want. You can achieve everything. When the last week of August arrived, Tanya and Marcus moved to Michigan State University campus. The campus was very big and beautiful. Green areas, modern buildings, hundreds of students. The family housing assigned to them was small, but very warm. 2 bedrooms, a small living room and kitchen. When Marcus saw his own room, he jumped with joy. Mom, is this really my room? And I can see the campus from this window. Yes, baby. This is your room. You can decorate it however you want. When Marcus started campus school, he was very happy. His class was small, only 15 students. His teacher, Mrs. Martinez, was very caring. Tanya started studying elementary education at the education faculty. She was very excited and scared on the first day. She hadn't opened a textbook for years. Other students were younger and directly high school graduates. In the first math class, Professor Jordan was asking difficult questions. When Tanya couldn't answer, she was embarrassed. But after class, the professor came to her. Mrs. Williams, I have advice for you. Register for the basic math course. It will prepare you. Your age is not a disadvantage. Your experience is an advantage. Tanya struggled in the first semester. She studied until late at night, going to her books after Marcus fell asleep. Sometimes she struggled so much that she cried. She thought, I can't do it. But Marcus was always there. Mom, you're very smart. I believe in you, he would say. One evening, while Tanya was struggling with her math homework, Marcus came to her. Mom, can I help? How can you help, sweetheart? This is very difficult. I don't know, but let's do it together. You always tell me we can achieve everything together. That night, mother and son did homework together. Marcus was giving moral support to his mother, and Tanya was teaching him simple math. When the first exam results came, Tanya had gotten a B+. She was very happy. When Marcus met her after school, he ran and hugged her. Mom, did you pass the exam? I passed, sweetheart. I got a B+. Yay, you're my smartest mom. By the end of the semester, Tanya had successfully passed all her classes. Marcus was also very successful at school and had made many friends. During winter break, they went to Detroit to visit Miss Jenkins. The old woman was very happy to see them. Tanya, Marcus, I missed you so much. How are you? We're very good, Miss Jenkins. Tanya is now a student, and I go to campus school, Marcus said proudly. Marcus, you've grown so much. And you look very happy. Because my mom is always with me now. We do homework together, watch movies together, cook together. Miss Jenkins looked at Tanya. Honey, your face is glowing. You look very happy. I'm really very happy, Miss Jenkins. I still can't believe my dreams are coming true. In the second year, Tanya felt more confident. Her grades were high. She had made friends. Her professors appreciated her. Especially her educational psychology professor, Dr. Sarah Chun, loved her very much. Tanya, you bring a very different perspective to the class. Your life experiences, your motherhood experience are very valuable. You're going to be a great teacher. Marcus was also growing and developing. He was running around campus, riding a bike, playing with his friends. Most importantly, he was constantly smiling. In the third year, Tanya started doing internship. She was helping fourth-grade students at East Lansing Elementary School. The children loved her very much. One day, little Aisha in the class told her, "Teacher, you're very patient. You're like my mom." These words deeply affected Tanya. At that moment, she understood she was on the right path. When the fourth year came, graduation excitement had begun. Marcus was now 12 years old and was impatiently waiting for his mother's graduation. "Mom, will you become a teacher when you graduate?" "Yes, sweetheart. I'll become an elementary school teacher. I want to be a police officer too. I want to help people." "You will be, baby. Everything you want will happen." When graduation day came, Tanya was very excited. She put on her black gown, put her cap on her head. Marcus had also put on his nicest clothes. Miss Jenkins had also come to the ceremony. Rosie, Tony, Jerome, even Marcus's former teacher, Mrs. Peterson. Everyone had come. When Tanya Williams, Faculty of Education, Elementary Education Department, magna cum laude, was announced, everyone stood up and applauded. Tanya was crying when she received her diploma. Marcus was also crying, but they were tears of joy. After receiving her diploma, she looked at Marcus. He was now 12 years old and was watching his mother with eyes full of pride. After the ceremony, everyone congratulated her. Dr. Hammond had also come. "Tanya, this was the most correct decision our committee made. You didn't just graduate, you became an example." "Thank you, doctor. This opportunity changed mine and Marcus's life." "No, Tanya, you changed your own life. The opportunity was just a tool." A week after graduation, Tanya started job interviews. An offer came from Riverside Elementary School. It was the same school district where Marcus used to go. Principal Mrs. Foster said during their interview, "Tanya, your file is very impressive. Both your academic success and your life experience are very valuable. Most of the children in this school live in difficult conditions like your Marcus. You can be both a teacher and a role model for them." Tanya accepted the job. She would start with her own class, her own students in September. She was very excited on the first day. When she entered her classroom, 24 children were waiting for her. They all came from different stories. "Hello, children, I'm Mrs. Williams. I'm your teacher this year." Little Jaden raised his hand. "Teacher, where are you from?" "I'm from Detroit. I grew up in difficult conditions like you." "Really?" "Yes. And let me tell you this. Each of you has a great power inside. The important thing is to discover and use that power." Throughout the year, Tanya didn't just teach lessons to her children. She taught them to dream, not to lose hope, the value of working. Little Destiny in her class had told her, "Teacher, what can I become when I grow up?" "You can become anything you want, Destiny. Doctor, teacher, engineer, artist. The sky's the limit." "But no one in our family has ever gone to university." Tanya sat next to the child and said, "Destiny, you can be the first university graduate in your family." I was too. Marcus had now finished high school and started university preparations. He really wanted to become a police officer and would choose criminology department. "Mom, you taught me that everything is possible. Now it's my turn." Tanya now lives in their home in Detroit. But it's a very different life now. She has her own car, they live in a safe neighborhood, and she spends quality time with Marcus. Every evening, she helps Marcus with his homework. They go on trips on weekends, and they host Marcus's friends at home. Last week, her former boss Rosie called. "Tanya, I heard your news. You became a teacher. I'm so proud of you." "Thanks, Rosie. I'll never forget those days. You inspired all of us, girl. You never gave up." Tanya now rereads that letter every evening. Because that letter wasn't just a scholarship. That letter was proof that hope never ends. Determination always bears fruit, and dreams wait patiently to come true. Marcus is now 16 years old and a very successful student. He tells his school friends his mother's story. "My mom used to work 21 hours a day, but never gave up. And now she's the best teacher. Last month, the mother of one of Tanya's students came to her. "Teacher, my daughter constantly talks about you. She says, my teacher says everything is possible. This is very beautiful." Tanya smiled and replied, "Everything is really possible. You just need to believe and work." This story isn't just Tanya Williams' story. This is the story of those who never give up. This is the story of those who don't give up on their dreams. This is the story of mothers who fight for their children. Sometimes life finds you at the bottom. Sometimes all roads seem closed. Sometimes you feel like you're alone. But remember that every new day means a new opportunity. And for those who never give up, miracles are always possible. Tanya Williams is living proof of this. The mother who worked 3 jobs, was exhausted, couldn't find money, has now become a teacher of the future, spends quality time with her son, and inspires hundreds of children. Don't give up on your dreams. Because your dreams don't give up on you either. And sometimes miracles knock on your door when you least expect it.